Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name is Majesty. If today is your first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Please do subscribe and hit the notification bell icon so that I get notified whenever I drop a new video. So today I'll be making a scrunchy headband. It's very easy. You can do it to match your top, your blouse, that gown. If you don't like tying gaily, I want to go to a function, I need to do something on your head. I think this also do the work. So if you want to see how I achieve this, please watch to the end of this video and please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So guys, basically this is what I'm working with: my scissors, my measuring tape, something to turn my material inside out, chalk, and I'm using a satin fabric. It's a leftover from material I've already used, so let's see what we can get from this. So firstly, I'm just going to fold my material into two. Now for the headband itself, I want a length of 40 inches. So folding it into two, I'm going to be getting 20 inches, and when I open that will be 40 inches all put together. So I'm just laying my material flat and beautiful to make sure everything is in place while I get my 20 inches. Still trying to get it, guys, so let's wait and see. Guys, do take your time to lay your material out. Still don't have my 20 inches yet, so I'm just going to adjust this a little bit down. And let's see what we have. So guys, it was all when I was editing this video that I now discovered that editing, what am I even saying? And I discovered that it was a little bit out of focus and a little bit far. But what I'm just doing here is trying to get my 20 inches basically. So now I have my 20 inches. I'll be taking a wideness of 10 inches. So by the time I fold that, it becomes 5 inches altogether. So I'm just trying to put a line all through, and I'll use my ruler to get a straight line. But if you're very good with your free hand, you can just use hand to line it all through. I just decided to use my ruler for this one. So I'm going to cut this out. So I'm done cutting this out. So I'm just going to keep this aside while I cut out the remaining piece, which is for the lining and for the elastic casing. So for this, I'm not folding my material into two anymore because I don't need it doubled. So what I'm just doing now is putting a straight line. I'm taking out the rough edges to know where my measurements is going to start from. So right here I'm just taking a length of 50 inches and a wideness of 4 inches for the lining piece. So I'm going to be cutting this out. I'll keep this aside while I cut out the piece for the elastic casing. Just trying to lay my material out. Everybody's delaying cutting. This is like a leftover fabric, so I'm just trying to line it out very well. So I'm checking my, and for the elastic casing I'm taking a length of 15 inches and a wideness of 3 inches. Oh, sorry to say, I forgot to say this earlier. For the headband, if you want yours to be fuller, you can do a length close like 45 inches or more based on what you prefer, but for me 40 inches is fine. Alright guys, so just checking my length again, 15 inches and marking it out. Then the wideness of 3 inches, because I'm going to be folding this and holding it down. So by the time I fold it, it will be 1 inch for my elastic casing. So guys, I'm done cutting down all the pieces that I need, so I'm just going to bring everything back. So here it is. We have our lining piece, elastic casing, and the piece for the head band itself. So now I'm opening this up. You can see this is 40 inches in length. I'm going to fold this into 2, and I'm going to take it to my sewing machine, and I'm going to hold it down by ½ an inch all the way. And I'm going to be doing the same for the elastic casing as well. Okay guys, so I'm done holding it down. As you can see, I held it down by ½ an inch. Like I said, you can go ahead and give it a good press if you want, but for me, I didn't really think it was necessary, so I just took my, I call this picker. I don't know what any other person calls it, but if you know, please do let me know. So I'm just going to be turning the fabric to the right side. I'm starting off with the elastic casing. You try to be as gentle as possible, because this satin fabric, they have a way to shred and make your work look very, very ugly. So I've turned this out to the right side. I'm going to be doing the same for the headband. For this, I didn't bother using my picker. I just wanted to use my hand because it was big enough for me to pass my hand all the way through. Just try and be gentle as possible. I'm all done. So guys, I forgot to mention earlier in this video that you'll be needing your elastic band. Okay, as you can see, that's my elastic band. I'm going to be taking a length of 7 inches based on the head circumference I'm working with, but I don't know, maybe with yours you can do 7.5 or 8 if you want, but for me 7 is just fine. So what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be using my safety pin. I'm passing this through the elastic casing, and when you're doing this, you try to be careful so that your elastic doesn't go in just like that. So when you're putting it, I halfway you should just stop and go to your sewing machine to hold down one side of it, like the edge, just like as I'm doing, just carefully putting it through and taking it to the sewing machine. I'm going to be holding it down just by the edge right there, enough so that the material doesn't shred and pull out the elastic as well, and the elastic doesn't fall in. As you can see, I'm done doing that, so I'm passing the rest of the elastic through the elastic casing. You can see that. All the way through. So right here I'm going to take off my safety pin and keep holding it very carefully. I'm just going to take it back to the sewing machine to hold down this edge, and I'm done with that, guys. As you can see now, my elastic is secured. So for the headgear, what I'm going to be doing now is I'm going to be passing the lining through. Same thing the way I did for the elastic band. But I'm not going to let this go all the way through. I'm still going to hold it by the edge and go to my sewing machine to match it down with my sewing machine, just about 1/4 of an inch or 1/2 of an inch based on the type of fabric you're using, but for me 1/4 of an inch is fine. And I'm done with that. So right here I'm going to be passing the rest of the lining piece all the way to the other edge of the fabric. You can see it's already becoming scrunchy. It's looking nice. I'm doing this and carefully holding my safety pin, as you can see. So I'm on the edge. So what I'm going to do is take off my safety pin and take this piece back to the sewing machine. I'm going to be holding it down. Sorry guys, this camera went out of focus a whole lot of times. I'm just going to be holding this down by 1/4 of an inch to secure it. Most importantly, let your lining piece be at the middle of your fabric. You can use your sewing line to mark it as the middle of the fabric. You can see now it's crunchy, but if you want yours to be fuller than this, you should do more than a length of 40 inches. You can see guys, it's coming out beautiful and it's looking very nice. So right here, this is what we're going to do, is to take the elastic and put at the middle. You can see me shifting it a bit, so I'm going to use this to cover one part of it and repeat the same on the other part like I'm doing. Then I'm just going to take it to my sewing machine and hold it down by 1/2 of an inch, and I'll do the same for the other side. So I'm done doing that. I'm just going to take off the excess. You can see it's shredding already. You can take that out, but be careful, don't cut on the parts on your sew line. Now with that done, I'm just going to turn it to the right side. As you can see, just turn it to the right side. Everything is going to go in looking nice and beautiful. And guys, we are done with our scrunchie headband. It's so easy. You can do it in less than minutes and you have a beautiful headband for yourself. Look at it right here guys. This is all of it. It's looking nice and beautiful. I'm going to put this on and show you guys how it looks. So as you can see, I'm all done and you can see how beautiful this is looking. See what I mean? See what I mean? Then if you find this tutorial very helpful, please do share to your friends, like and leave in comments. I'll be there to reply to everybody.